All right, so greeting guys, welcome to another video. So many of us may be wondering, why there are some errors with Justus Token during the buy and sell. And what the team found out is that there's some issue, right? And we're going to talk about that. Stay tuned. Greetings and welcome to Mr. Rich Pig channel, your hub for business brilliance, investment insights, crypto exploration, and all things passive income. I'm Mr. Rich Pig, your guide to financial triumph, and I'm thrilled to have you on board. Get ready to dive deep into investment strategies, decode the crypto universe, and master the art of passive income. But before we kick things off, hit that subscribe button, like, ring that notification bell, and let's ignite the comment section. Your journey to success starts here. Let's go. So here we are. It's never a dull moment around here, huh? So it seems that there's some issue with the migration, not a major issue, but something minor. And as you know, when it comes to contract, the simplest of things, in a sense, can cause the biggest error, right? Something just as minor as a extra comma, right, or extra space in the contract can cause a major issue, right? So yesterday, I went on to PancakeSwap to make a purchase, and I noticed there was some error. The error wasn't going through. So initially, I thought it was a liquidity problem. So I increased the tax, the slippage a little bit to 3%, 3.5%, 5%, and 10%. And I still have error, and I try with BogSwap as well, and there was still some errors, right? So I keep trying. Maybe on my third or fourth attempt, the transaction went through at a slippage of just 3.25%, right? So there have been some, words going around in the community that there is a little error within the contract, and some decks also pointed out the error as well. And as I pointed out in my introduction, that it's not anything major, right? So there is a recent announcement in the Justus Discord that kind of outline and shed some light on this problem. So I'm going to read a little announcement from KC Consultant. And it says that right here in the announcement, it says that KC Consultant, the company that handles the new token contract and migration from SGO to Justus. Firstly, I want to thank you all for your dedication to this community. You have been battered and bruised a bit in the past, but the future is bright, right? I can truly say through all my dealings with your new team leaders that the team here has your best interests in mind and truly wants to see all of you reach success, right? Second, I want to address something. We noticed after the migration, there was an issue where sometimes trying to buy or trying to sell, the transaction fails. We have spent the past few days digging into the issues and have identified it. Somehow, during testing on our end, and the auditing firm also missed the typo that is causing a rounding error on the taxation. We are a bit frustrated, as the purpose of an audit is to catch whatever is missed, right? This rounding error is why Token Sniffer has that honeypot warning, since sells as well as buys can fail. I will personally be paying for the upgrade contract to be re-audited, as well as paying out of pocket for all the gas to do the final migration to this upgraded contract. No Justus Treasure funds will be used to make this right. KC Consulting will make this right. I truly apologize to all of you for this. It's frustrating that this slipped by our checks and the audit checks, but ultimately I accept responsibility since it was my company. As such, I will make this right for you all. Good news. We are going to take this opportunity to make a few upgrades to the way the ATB operates. You will see the BNB funds increase more frequently in smaller increments instead of doing fewer larger cells and we will add adjustability for the threshold, along with some other tweaks for efficiency. So just to touch base on that a little bit, this upgrade is in a sense a very good thing, because what happened is that during the buyback and burn process, what happened is that if there are large cells that can reflect on the chart, and we'll see some very large red candles, right? So in a sense, instead of doing, say, $3,000 cells, right, that will show like a large red candle, you do mini $50 and $20 and $100 cells. Those small cells is not noticeable that much on the chart, right? And it looks better, right? It looks better. It doesn't seem as if people are dumping, because a lot of times investors, they don't know when, a lot of times they don't know that certain wallet is a treasury wallet selling to do buyback and burn, right? So when you do these small $10, $25 sales instead of a large $500 or $1,000 sales, it in a sense, it goes unnoticeable, right, when these needed transactions are taking place, right? So that's a upgrade that they're going to do right there, which I think they should have done that originally, right? So to finish up the announcement at the bottom here, it says, we will keep you all updated on the progress of the new contract. Just like last time, you won't have to do anything other than add the new contract to your wallet. We will let you know before the snapshot occurs and when the upgrade goes live. Please feel free to ping me if you have any questions. I will make sure to answer, right? So you can get into the Discord and you could, DM KC Consulting, right? So, just to touch base on what, transpired here is that these things, launching a new project can be risky, right? It's almost like landing a plane, right? And are taking off. Those are the most riskiest moment, right? But once you're sailing, things tend to be, go smooth, and, we in a sense pass the worst, right? But the good news is that it's a small error, right? That's the thing with programming, man. That's the thing with programming. One little extra space and one little extra comma can cause, issues, right? And then in the nature of blockchain, it's not like you can go in and, replace that comma or that extra space. You have to do the entire thing over and launch it over again, right? So, that's one of the small headaches right there. And, I'm so happy that KC Consultant, they take in full responsibility for this. And, you can't really blame them for missing it. It's just one of those things where a lot of times, you're working on certain projects and you look at it like 3, 4, 10 times, and someone else sometime with a fresh pair of eyes will catch something that you look at so many times, right? And it's also unfortunate that the auditing company didn't caught it. And sometimes some of these things, when you do in testing, the testing environment doesn't show these errors until you go live. And a lot of times it's a little bit too late, right? So, and another thing that, there's the team, the council's member, they're not programmers, right? Even though they may have some knowledge, but they're not programmers. So they can't really blame to, in a sense, to say, well, you should have seen this, because they're not programmers, right? They hired experts to do these jobs. So they are dependent on these experts to do the checks and balances. And also they hired an auditing company to check the developer's work, right? So the team member done all they need to do to make sure that everything runs smoothly. But again, as I said, these type of issues is one of those unavoidable situation a lot of times, especially with the current team, is something that they couldn't have seen, right? But the good news is that they're dealing with it. So you may be wondering, what's the time frame for fixing? So, according to, sentiments is that it's not going to take that long, since it's not an entire development process, right? It's just a small little thing that need to be fixed. And I think they already got that taken care of, right? and in a sense, the new contract is going into auditing just to make sure everything is okay. And normally whenever a developer look at a contract and done anything, even if they move a comma or shorten a space, it still has to go back into audit to make sure that everything still looks good, right? So that's a good news right there. And since the auditing company, in a sense, knows exactly what they're looking for, then this shouldn't take that long. So, I'm personally, in my opinion, I'm thinking by, within 7 days, this should be resolved and, things can still move along nicely. But in the meantime, even though we are having issues with the buy and sell, it doesn't mean that you can buy now or sell now. You still can buy and you still can sell, but maybe you have to try 2 or 3 times, right? To make sure 2 or 3 times to make sure that the transaction goes through, right? So yes, guys, everything looks good on that hand. This is not a major issue. It is just one of those hiccups that we have to, in a sense, pass, right? So things still looks good. And, since we are here, just as a reminder, in the Discord, we have the roadmap. Everything's look good according to plan. And as you can see right there, the last check off is that we finished with the migration, which we're still trying to iron out some bugs and issues, right? We have the official links again. This is where you get all official information, right? So you can get those information regards to where to go to find information, Justus Token, right? So in the spirit of good news, you can check my last video that I made a day or two ago regards to can Justus Token 100x, right? So if you watch that video, it's link gonna be in the comments down below and after this video, and I point out some of the things that need to happen for Justus Token to hit 100x, which will be right around $2.30 or $2.50, which is a big deal. That's it for today, guys. Take care until then. And remember, guys, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and share your thoughts down below. Together, we will conquer many financial milestones. Stay wealthy, stay wise. This is Mr. Rich Pig, signing off. Until next time.